we've got all my medical files together, we've got them all in one place, and Belinda starts to reach out to all these medical practices, these private medical practices, like I said, in Royal College of London, Manchester Christie, Nottingham Genesis Centre, Oxford. We send it to all these different people that deal with these specific types of cancer. So we start sending that out now. Now, while this is going on, I'm getting a new symptom, which a lot of people I think would experience, neuropathy in my feet and my hands. So my feet are now, it's like you're walking on ice. You can't feel your feet properly. It literally is like you're constantly walking on ice. And you have to try and regain your balance and think about walking and things like that, because I was stumbling all over the place. On one of the last videos, I put a picture of a bruise. That was because I walked into a bloody side cabinet. My hands, they feel weird, they feel dry. You haven't got the sensation in your hands that you'd normally have. They're starting to peel, so now I look like some sort of Freddy Krueger as my hands are all peeling. I get this special cream to put on it, which is pretty good. It doesn't work for everybody, but it was working for me to alleviate some of it. They also took... No, they didn't. Ignore what I was just about to say, because it was the new doctor that did that. Ignore that. Strike that from what I just said. I never said anything yet. We'll go into that later. So anyway, I've got real bad neuropathy. That's a pain in the arse. But everything else seems to be okay. Mouth's all pretty much cleared up now. The medication I'm taking, that's for fine. So we get our first... So we're into September and October now. So September, October 2022, we get our first knockback. It was from the hospital in Oxford, one of the trial centres in Oxford. A lady gave me a call. She said, Mr. Anderson, we've reviewed your files. Unfortunately, it's not a no that we can't. It's a no that we haven't got any trials that specifically fit your type of diagnosis at the moment. So unfortunately, for the time being, there's nothing we can do. Okay, so that's fair enough. So it's not saying that they can't in the future. They're just saying right now, there is nothing available for me to go on. Okay, so not a kickback, but yeah, first bit of bad news. But you know, you deal with it, you crack on with things. Then we get potentially good news. We get a letter from the Genesis Centre. We've been asked to go down for an appointment to see a doctor so he can go through the files with us. So that was a bit of good news, because now we're into the private sector now. So we go on an appointment, we meet the doctor. Beautiful place, this place is. Really, really lovely people. Expensive coffee machine. Not as good as mine, but good coffee machine. And we go into the appointment, sit down with him. There's the doctor, there's his nurse, and he's got his files everywhere. And he just says, okay, Mr. Anderson, how can I help? Well, that was a curveball, because I'm thinking, well, cure me. That's why I'm here. I'm not here for a vacuum cleaner. And he says, okay, how can I help? So I actually did say to him as a joke, I said, we would like you to cure me, please. And he taps on his computer, he looks at the file again, and he turns to me, he says, I'm sorry, that's not possible. There's nothing we can do. You have too many liver mets to do anything with it. There's nothing we can actually do to help you. Surgery's off the table. And the medication you're on, there's nothing really more out there that we can offer you by way of anything different. Okay, so now it's the first bit of news that will go with what the NHS was saying. But now we've got a private doctor, which cost us to get in through the door, by the way. So this cost us money to get through this door, telling me that there's nothing that they can do. Okay. So what does that look like then? So you're saying there's nothing more that can be done, there's nothing you can do. Tell me what's going to happen next. Can you tell me what's going to happen next? So he says, okay, so basically what's going to happen is over the next few months, over the next 3 to possibly 6 months, so about October, November time, September, October time. Over the next 3 months, what's going to happen is that your body is going to start to shut down. And what that means is you're going to start feeling very, very tired. You're not going to want to get up in the morning. And then when you do get up in the morning, you're going to feel very, very lethargic. You're not going to want to do anything. And all the things that you thought that you used to do, you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to do it. Your place is going to be more and more laying down and resting, till eventually you get to a point that your body just shuts down, and that will be end of life. Great. That sounds grisly. Okay, right, okay. The difference here is that I'm having somebody tell me what's going to happen, whereas with the NHS, nobody was telling me what was going to happen. It was just, I'll just stick to the chemo and just see how it goes. Now I'm being told what's going to happen. So bittersweet on that side of things, that, okay, so now I have something to not look forward to, but something to prepare for. And a new timeline. Now, that being said, he said 3 to 6 months, which would take us to 2023, about February 2023 time, I would imagine, maybe March time, but that's the sort of time we're looking at. So difficult drive home, talking about it. Okay, so what do we do now? Do we carry on trying, or do we give up? Because now we're having somebody we've had to pay money to, a private doctor that was recommended to us, and he's telling us it's over. Of course we fucking do. We're not going to give up. Absolutely not are we going to give up. So we decided right there and then, well, the file's still out to some other hospitals. Let's see what they say, and let's see what anybody else says, because let's not take technically second opinion, I suppose. But at least we've got more information this time. The biggest problem here is that I get that at the moment I feel okay, but I feel really, really strong. And what I'm told by every doctor that ever meets me is that, oh, we would never have known you were sick unless you'd said something. So I'm keeping that as my core strength, that even though I'm being told I've got all this crap going on inside my body, inside, outside, or how I personally feel, is really, really strong and healthy and fit. When I look back at some of the old photos, I can see I look poorly in some of them, but not enough that you would think I was poorly. I just look old. I'm ready to start going into an old care zone. So I'm keeping on to that. Okay, so you're telling me I'm going to start feeling tired. Well, I'll go out running, or I'll keep going to the gym or whatever. But no, this again, I still not believe in what I'm being told. I still feel like there's a fight to be had. And after some talking on the way home, we decided we were going to keep going. We're not going to take that as an answer. Absolutely not. So let's keep this fight going. Let's see how far we can take this, because just because 2 people now say no doesn't actually mean it's going to be a no. So that's what we're going to do. In the next video, I'll tell you what happens next.